Welcome to week 3's math tutorial from our distance learning packet. I'm going to be going over a few of the examples you were given and asked to go over from your packet this week. The first set of problems we're going to go over is going to be your Monday exit ticket. As a reminder, the area of a shape is its length times its width. As you can see, this shape here has multiple lengths and multiple widths. Your job was to determine or just hypothesize how you think you'd find the total area of the figure. There is no perfect worded answer. I'm just going to give you an example of what you could say. What you could say is that there are two sets of lengths and widths, and the areas of both the square and the rectangle are already provided to you. So all you would need to do is add the two numbers together, and then you'd get your area. The second question was, what do you think the total area is? Your answer, 9 plus 24 is 33 feet squared. That's all you really needed to do for this question. But in order to help make the rest of your packet easier, you need to remember this cut that I made here in this image. That will help make the next set of problems a lot easier for you. Next up, you had your Wednesday Bellringer. You were asked, what is the difference between the area and perimeter? For area, it's going to measure the stuff inside of a shape. An example would be how much dirt is in the garden in that picture. For the perimeter, it measures the stuff around the shape. Example would be how much fence is around that garden. You could have also put their formulas. Area is length times width, and perimeter is length plus width plus length plus width until you run out of lengths and widths and you have all sides accounted for. Area and perimeter task cards was your next activity. I'm going to be going over 3 examples with you today. For the steps to find the perimeter, you're going to add up all the sides. For me, I like to start from the far left and move my way right until I've completed all the sides. So I would add up all the sides, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 6, which gives me 18 centimeters. As a reminder, perimeter is measured in units. Area is when you have units squared. In order to find the area, I would then cut the shape into 2 figures, both with a base and a height. As you can see, I cut the shape into 2 squares, and this square, my base would be 2. Even though it's up here, it's still a base, it's still the same length, and my height is 2. For here, same thing. My base is going to be 4. Even though it's up top, I'm going to drop it down, be 4 times 4. So my little square, my area is 4 centimeters squared. My larger square, my area is 16 centimeters squared. Then I would add the 2 areas together and I would get 20. Our next example is a little bit more challenging. You're going to need to find the length of the 2 missing sides. You have 1 missing length here and 1 missing length here. If we were in our classroom, I would have you physically move this 5-foot line here. By doing that, I create one straight line, solid figure, full rectangle, and you see that it is the same length as 18 feet. It's the same size. In order to find this section of the 18-foot length, I would have you take 18 minus 5, which gives you 13. The bottom length, it's a little bit different. You are bringing down 2 lengths. When you bring both of them down, you see that they make one full line, and you have the 10 plus the 4, which gives you 14 feet. Then you're going to go around and add up all the sides. The 18 plus 10 plus 13 plus 4 plus 5 plus 14, which gives you 64 feet. As you can see, I added up from left to right, went all the way around, and got my perimeter. Next up, for the area, you're going to cut the shape into 2 figures with a base and a height. I drew my line there. You're then going to find the area of the first smaller rectangle, which is 4 times 5, which gives you 20 feet squared. Now I will add the sides. I will find the area of the larger rectangle. 10 times 18, which is 180 feet squared. The final step to find the total area is to add the two areas together for your total area of 200 feet squared. Your final example of the day starts with a figure with no written lengths or widths. So in order to find the perimeter, you need to find the side lengths by adding up the boxes. I'd start on this right side here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So my 5 feet on the right. Then my next side, this bottom edge, would be 8 because there are 8 boxes. Then 3. Then counting up, I'd have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just move that up here. 2 because there are 2 boxes here. And 3 because there are 3 boxes on the bottom. If it helps you, you can go in and take the time and add all the lines up like if it was a piece of graph paper. Then you're going to add up all the sides and you get 26 feet for the perimeter. The next step is the area. You're going to cut the shape into 2 figures with bases and heights. You're going to draw that line right here. One thing you may notice when you look at this figure is that the base of this figure is 3. The height, or the length, is 5. This figure base is 3, and the length is 5. So there are 2 congruent figures. They are the same figure. You can find the area. 3 times 5 is 15 feet squared. It's the same for the second rectangle. You add those up together and you get 30 feet squared. Please make sure you vote in the poll to let me know if this tutorial was helpful and if you'd like these in the future. A little challenge. The first 3 people to comment on this YouTube video will receive a special prize. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.